love to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. The CIA. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house. The FBI.
Going back I'm done playing the child support. You got your man. You're happily married. So you're fine. So nothing I'm doing. That's it. That's the only thing I'm doing.
You're lucky my husband's not here.
Is the office trying to get some more money for you?
Being a rich man.
So.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Hey. So she got this Pookie. Up in her new husband's house. Her husband's house.
What the French toast is there?
Obviously, because she just, like she just said, you lucky my husband not here. Now, y'all caught that right. Y'all caught that. So she got this nothing ass nigga up in, you know what I'm saying, her husband's house and shit, tramping, you know, walking with his fucking shoes all over my fucking Persian rug and shit.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Look at that. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that. Look at my affair. Not for your mother. Tell don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man inside of the house. Don't bring man.
Confirming the woman's name is Tisha Bruley. Family and friends say she was a popular Guyanese socialite and media influencer who lived close by.
People came together Thursday night, placing candles and balloons near Lindbergh and Adina Drives in Buckhead, right near where 31-year-old Tisha Bruley was shot and killed early Tuesday morning.
I honestly never would have thought that something like this would happen to her. This is not what I saw for her.
Yo. Shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you already know this is Alan Taylor, and we're back in the broadcast room yet again. And guess what? It's always another one. Real talk. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the thing of it is today, what we're doing here now, you know what I'm saying? I have the Crimson Cure, you know what I'm saying, Kendra D on on it, because we already know that she's always on her job. We already know this, you know what I'm saying? She's always on her job. Shout out to her. She's on her job, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, what I've been posting, you know what I'm saying, these past few days and things like that, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about this paternity situation, how the laws are turning, how things are changing. Shout out to the change, you know. Shout out to the change, you know. A lot of men are not finna be screwed over anymore and things like that, like they used to be, you know. You know, with these, you know, with Santos in Florida talking about he finna change. What is that? Oh my goodness. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Yeah, he's finna change the laws about having alimony for a lifetime. So, you know, I mean, you know, Jesus Christ, man, it's always been crazy out here. But at the same time, though, too, nowadays it seems like what she put in her video, Zaddy, real talk. Zaddy, you know, Zaddy is turning his back on y'all.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh my goodness. It's a tragedy. Hold on. What are we doing here? I'm just, hey. What are we doing? You mean ZADDY is turning his back on the black woman? ZADDY is turning his back on the black woman, and he is creating new laws that are going to pretty much put things in check, things in line with women running around here just having babies by whoever they want to have them by, and then trying to pin the baby on whoever they feel like they just want to pin the baby on. I mean, hold on here.
And what is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
Just saying, we just gonna sit up here and be sure that we out here 304ing it up. Okay, she 304ing it up, clearly, allegedly.
Hey, clearly, allegedly. It's been so much 304ing going on till these lawmakers are either. One thing I'm gathering from this, the reason why these individuals are changing these laws, Santos in Florida, they're trying to, Santos in Florida is trying to, do away with lifetime alimony. The people in Memphis, well, Tennessee, basically, they're trying to mandate paternity, where it's, mandatory paternity. Yeah. Wow. I mean, as men out there, we should take this as a win right here. We should take this as a win, because we all know we live in America. It's a domino effect. Once one domino fall, the rest of the dominoes are going to go there. It's just,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
it just is what it is. And we have these, lawmakers out here that are trying to make these laws and stuff like that. And they're, it's like, yeah, somebody got pissed off somewhere. Some of these lawmakers got pissed off. Somebody did somebody dirty for so long now till they're putting these laws in place, whether women like it or not. It's just, it's going there. This is what we doing. And yeah, I know. As a man, I know, I'm this. I know I'm this right here.
You, Al Bundy, are a pig. I repeat, a pig.
Shut up! See, I don't give a rat's ass what you think.
And I really fucking don't. It is what it is. This is the bottom line news, and this is how it's going down. Real talk. I'm just saying. Hey, yeah. So we're about to dive off into this. Let's let the Crimson Cure do her thing, and we're going to do what we do at all times. Put these quarters, nickels, and dimes in on the times. Let's go. Hold on. Let me right there.
And this is my perspective. So we're going to talk a little bit about this mandatory paternity test law that's been passed in Tennessee recently that is pretty much going to pull the plug on this paternity fraud, rampant paternity fraud, at least in the state of Tennessee. I'm thinking that more states are probably going to adopt the mandatory paternity tests in some way, shape, or form. Now, as it stands, this is a paternity test that is for non-married couples, but I would like it to see it with married couples as well, until this whole paternity fraud scam dies down. Because what's been happening is that these women have just been rampant with getting pregnant by whomever, the guy they really want to get pregnant by, and then going around and getting into relationships with other men to have their children taken care of by that man, because the other.
Hey, let's keep this real. The reason why women have been pushing these buttons like this is because, you know what I'm saying, they lust after the men that they want to be sexual with, but then know too, you know what I'm saying, but when they come back down to earth, when they, when they come back down to earth,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
When they come back down to earth, hold on.
You old fish-eyed fool.
When they get back down to earth, they figure out it's like, yeah, I got pregnant by the dude that, you know what I'm saying, was busting me up, you know what I'm saying? He was all up in there. He was all up in there. He was breaking her back, busting her guts up. You know what I'm saying? He was doing her dirty, talking to her nasty in the bedroom.
What the French toast is there to think about?
You know what I'm saying? He was treating her like shit in the bedroom. Oh yeah, he was doing her bad. You know what I'm saying? He was doing her up there. They had her swinging from the ceiling fan and shit. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. But now that you come back down to earth, that he's ran off. He's not shit. He ain't trying to take care of you. He ain't trying to even be with you. He's not even trying to worry about you. His focus, he's not even focused as a man, as a human being. So now guess what? She is having to get with the man that, she did. Yeah, she's not in lust with now. She's not in lust with this man that she's having to get with. But the man that she has to get with actually is the real father, the real provider, the real man that's actually built to have a family. Yeah. Now she got to get with him. So, but she's still in lust, and she's been imprinted by the man that she was in lust with, you know what I'm saying? But she has to deal with the man that she, of course, is going to be able to provide, because the man that she's in lust with can't provide a damn thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that ninja, shout out to Coach CGA, real talk. That ninja there, he could barely tie his own shoes, let alone pull his pants up, let alone actually go out here and conduct himself as a grown-ass man with this society to gain any type of wealth, success, or stability for his own self. But then now, you want to bring this bad blood, like I've said in plenty of other lives, you want to bring this ninja's bad blood, real talk, into my family line. But at the end of the day, though, that bad blood would never be my motherfucking family.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk.
The other man that they got pregnant by probably doesn't have a lot of the money or whatever the resources are that they want.
He ain't got it.
And so they get another man with better resources, a better job, what have you, and they have that man to take care of the children. Right. Okay. And a lot of times the paternity fraud isn't even happening. The way in which the paternity fraud is happening is they're getting into relationships with these men and then cheating on them with the men that they want, right? They're cheating on them with the men that they want. And then they're pinning the child on the current boyfriend that isn't the father of the child. So what we've got going on is ZADDY pulling the plug on a lot of the things that he's been letting slide for a couple of decades. And women have gotten really, really comfortable. Women have gotten really comfortable about doing this because there hasn't been any real repercussion. There hasn't been any real consequence to any of it, right? To none of it. They've been doing paternity fraud. They've been getting caught. The court hasn't said much to them about any of it. The court has not necessarily, they just haven't. I'm skipping forward a little bit. What they haven't done is bring about any real consequence to any of the women. And I'm going to pause this video. Shout out to Please Act Right, Raul at Please Act Right, because what I want to do right now is I'm going to let you listen to women about whether or not paternity tests should be mandatory at birth. Now, there's going to be a little bit of his commentary in it, but aside from that, I want you to really listen closely to what these women are saying. Now, these apparently are not Black American women, but it doesn't matter. The fact that they still have something to say in this regard lets you know how widespread the paternity fraud is.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I mean, it definitely lets you know. Hey, at this point, it is what it is. Regardless of whether or not people like it or not, these laws are finna start changing. Shit is happening. It's already in the works. Regardless of whether you like it or not. The powers that be are also tired of the situation at hand. They're tired of it. They are no longer wanting to deal with it. They're no longer wanting to deal with it. They're over it. It's a damn shame, and yeah, they've moved past it. It's over with. It's over. The games, the lies, the bullshit that you're able to pull, it's over with. And it's starting with Memphis. Real talk. Shout out to Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee. Tennessee is making the first move with the paternity. Shout out to Florida. Florida is making the first move with the correction of the lifetime alimony. If a woman decides to leave the marriage, you know what I'm saying? Why should a man have to pay a lifetime for her? You want to suck this man dry when you gave him hell the whole time.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
Never will be. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. But let's go.
Because the United States is not the only one with high paternity fraud. You've got that going on in the West Indies. You've got this on the rise in other cultures where the women are committing rampant paternity fraud. Just recently, we had a Jamaican man tell all his friends, family, once he found out that none of those 6 children were his, and he's been married to this woman all this time. She's had 6 children. Not a single one of them were his biologically. He cut his locks. That's serious. He cut them off. Cut his locks off. If you know anything about their culture, that is serious. He cut his locks off and then he told everybody what he was going to do. That means he's going to do it. It's like,
Hey.
Damn!
Yo. If you haven't heard that story out there yet, there was a gentleman in Jamaica who found out that his wife now, hold on. His wife, you know, they had 6 children together. 6 children. Of course, if you're a smart motherfucker, you know how much time it takes to have 6 children. I mean, I'm just being honest with you here. He had 6 children. And at the end of the day, he came to find out that, all 6 of his children, what he thought were his children, were not his. I mean, 6 children? 6. She didn't, I mean, what boggles my mind is that out of 6 fucking children, she didn't at least get one right.
So what the French toast?
She didn't even get one right. What the hell are we doing out here? She didn't at least get one child, one actual bloodline child from him. Out of 6 children, she didn't get not one from him. And we want to sit around here, and of course, this man has been taking care of these children. And we want to sit around here and play with this? We want to play with this. The one thing that women need to understand is that when it comes to a man and his paternity, or whether that child is actually his or not, you have moved into a life or death situation.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm just being honest. It's nowhere around that. It's very serious. Very.
it's like a oath. He's got to do it now. So, and he did. He went and decapitated that woman. Just deleted her. Deleted her for that. And these women don't understand how dangerous this game has been to them physically. You do not know how men are going to react to the level of betrayal that they visit upon these men. Just like I did a show a few months ago, I do believe, where the man finds out that for 11 years, he's been taking care of a young boy and it's not his child. Finally gets a DNA test, comes to her with it, tells her, hey, how could you lie to me for 11 years? And she's like, what lie? This is the type of stuff that gets your neck snapped. This type of stuff. And women never think it's a big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear what these women have to say. And then we're going to cook this. Okay, so here we go.
The United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
I have a serious problem with 2 things that she said right here. Number one, saying that mandatory tests are stupid. From a man's point of view, here's why.
Now, I'm actually going to pause and give my commentary to that. What she said doesn't make sense. You can tell she was grasping for straws as she was talking because she had not thought that out fully at all. That was an incomplete thought, but it was a thought based and rooted in we've got to protect the sisterhood. We got to protect the hyena clan's right, because they do believe it's a right. So we have to protect the hyena clan's right to misguide, to deceive, to lie to betray these men at will, no matter what we betraying them with, no matter what kind of lie we telling them, no matter how devastating the lie is. We reserve the right as a hyena clan to lie to these dudes. Who are these dudes? Nobody's. Right? So we as the hyena clan, we reserve the right to lie to them. We reserve the right to do whatever it is that we want to do to them, regardless of how it makes them feel, regardless of the actual reality and consequences that these men have to face.
Yo, this how it goes down, real talk. You know what I'm saying? Women have been doing this for a long time, real talk. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the damn day, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, we got these lawmakers out here changing these laws. The Santos in Florida with the they taking away your lifetime alimony. You know what I'm saying? We got the Memphis situation, you know what I'm saying, finna actually passing this law trying to correct the paternity situation. You think out there that at the end of the day, in both these, all these are red states down south, red states from Tennessee to Florida. All these are red states. And what red states tend to do, hold on. What red states tend to do, Republican states tend to follow each other because they make money together. Real talk. They make money together. These people out here, they gonna make that money. And what's gonna happen is by these individuals changing these laws, they gonna make that money. The South is about to prove to the rest of the United States that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we didn't allow these women to move how they want to move for these past 40 years. Plus, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. They didn't done what they done. They didn't use the system. You know what I'm saying? Why you think that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the housing situation is at a crisis right now? A lot of these women are not even able to use their vouchers to get housing. Because at the end of the day, the people that actually own the houses and things like that could provide the housing are not wanting to provide these women the housing anymore. They see this shit. The game is over with. It's done. I'm just saying. Right. The games are over with. And we want to sit here, and of course, you know, it's going to take some time for this, for all this information to really sink in with women, because, you know, women tend to, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't receive information like men do.
What the French toast is there to think about?
They don't receive information like men do. You know what I'm saying? Real men receive information immediately. Because we know it at the end of the day, if we don't make a change or adapt, you know, we're gonna be ass out. But women have been coddled for so long now to where they can't foresee the future. They can't foresee it. Because they've been coddled for so long. And by them being coddled for so long, it's going to make them, you know what I'm saying, really be, you know, ass out in the end. It's going to, you know, listen, look, the next 10 years is going to be a serious problem for a lot of women out here. It's going to be a serious problem. Hold on.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose, and you never will be chose.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it's gonna go. It's gonna be it's gonna be a long situation within the next 10, 15 years for a lot of women. Because of these laws changing.
As a result of us telling these types of lies to them, got men on the hook for child support for children that they can prove that they are biologically not the fathers of those children, and the court will make them pay child support anyway, garnishing these men's wages to the point where a lot of times men are finding themselves homeless or on the brink of homelessness because they are paying for children that they did not physically father. And you got women just, rolling their eyes at it like, oh, well, whatever. Able to put men's names on birth certificates without paternity tests. Now all of a sudden, this man's name is on a birth certificate, even if he didn't sign it. And that's a contract with the state, which is why the law in Michigan was saying that if your name is on that birth certificate, it doesn't matter if you're physically the child's father or not. You are responsible. Or if you have been responsible for that child under the false impression that it was your child, and then you find out that it is not your child, and then you go to the court with your DNA results to say, I no longer want to be financially responsible for this child, the court will look at you and say, well, you've been the only father in that child's life, so you got to be the dad. Just ruin a man's life. Just casually ruin his life. Just casually, like you sip a cup of coffee or like you run to the mall real quick. Like you just ruin a man's life real quick.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Casually ruining a man's life.
And what is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
Hey. But you know what though? As a man out there in the 21st century, here we go. Are you this?
Hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Are you tough out there? Real talk. Are you men tough out there to accept the facts? To accept the facts that these women, these new age women, they don't love you. They ain't got no motherfucking love for you, man. What the fuck you talking about? They done been out there with Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm talking to the men that actually have their shit together. That actually are even trying to put their shit together. They actually think solidly. I'm just being honest here. Are you prepared to dismiss the bitch that at the end of the day that you look at, that you lust for? Are you prepared to dismiss her for the woman that you may not lust for, but you need?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk.
And women do not think that this is a big deal. They don't think it's a big deal. You can tell by the answer that she just gave. She doesn't think it's a big deal. You could be doing something else. You could be doing something else other than lying to a bunch of men about which babies belong to who. You could be doing something else. He could be saving a life, and you could stop ruining one. But they won't talk about that. Let's hear the other lady. We're going to fast forward just a tad bit. And because there's a second woman who answers this question. Okay. Oh, This one's a good one too.
That, go test for DNA are not the father. Yes.
Yeah, they said that.
33% of the men are not the father.
That's a study.
It's a real
Look that
stat.
up. Do your fact check.
And what do you always say? So if you're not knocking their head off, somebody else gonna knock that lady head off. Right? Is that right or wrong, Callie? If your man ain't knocking you off,
loyal.
Huh?
I'm loyal.
You're loyal to what? Yeah, thank you.
It actually.
See?
Yeah.
Fact check.
Of all the possible fathers who take a paternity test, about 32% are
There
not
you
the
go,
biological
Sally.
fathers.
There you go, Sally.
But
Watch her get slammed thinking she has an antidote to this.
Okay, what?
this is 1/3 of men who have a reason to take a paternity test.
That's the men that got tested.
Exactly.
So what about the men who didn't get tested?
Exactly. You know how many men are walking around here paying child support for children that
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid.
So saying that DNA testing is stupid on you. She's trying to make it sound like DNA testing is an all-day process. They just swab you inside of your mouth and the baby's mouth, and you're out of there until the test results come back.
I personally pay taxes.
Like the rest of us adults do.
And I care about where my money goes. I'm not here to pay for so-and-so because there's a confusion about who's the father. That's not my business. Handle your personal shit.
Now, I do agree with that. It should be paid for by the couple that are being tested. But I wonder if she has that same passion about...
Hold up. Let me tell you something right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey. If, you know what I'm saying? Listen, look. Memphis already trying to change this shit. If we get actual mandatory paternity test that goes down, you know what I'm saying? Listen, look. That's just how it goes. Oh, hold on. We get mandatory paternity tests, but don't y'all get mandatory protection from the government? You get mandatory housing, all these government benefits, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now she sit there and said that at the end of the day, she don't want her benefits and things like that. That her taxes, she don't want her taxes to go to, paying for this and that and whoop the woo and all this. Okay, fine then. We all pay taxes out here if you're a hardworking citizen. You know what I'm saying? Now, she don't want her tax money to go to paying for this. But our tax money go to paying for these broads that sit around here, get HUD housing, all these house vouchers, things like that, just because they birthed a child. And you want to sit there and tell me that at the end of the day, when a man gets a win, and yeah, you have to actually at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you have to give a paternity test. And prove that this is man's child, because the laws are changing and you're gonna have to prove this now. It's like, that's a win for the men. I mean, I'm just being honest here. And you think men are gonna let that go? You think men are gonna let this go? With Tennessee changing shit, Florida changing shit, you think men are gonna let this go? That at the end of the day, mandatory paternity tests are gonna need to be had? You think men en masse are gonna let this go? I mean, you got life fucked up, bitch. Real talk. You think men in today's society are gonna let this shit go that we're gonna do, mandatory paternity. Let's go.
About paying taxes for government subsidies like Section 8 that are being taken out of her check for women who abuse the system by having multiple babies out of wedlock and collecting said subsidy. Of course not. This is just an excuse she's using so she can support the sisterhood.
And for me, I want to fund schools. I want to fund the MTA because the trains are never on time. We got bigger problems. We have bigger problems. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for no mandatory test.
So if we were to look at her charitable contributions per year on her donations, do you think she terribly? She says she wants to give to $1 a month in some
with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time.
But not financially.
Right.
Whether you know or not. He might bring another child and say, oh, I had this out of our wedlock, you know, what are we gonna do? Or he's taking your money and paying child support to another family. You had no idea. So when we're just like jumping like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Hold on, it's already being done.
See how she's taking
Now, that's the whole problem. That's the problem. She doesn't think it's a big deal. I told you they don't think it's a big deal. They don't think that the things that they do, the lies that they tell, the deceptions that they get into, the lives that they ruin, the child's life, the father's life, everybody's life, don't think it's a non-factor to them. No biggie. I ruined everybody and moving on. And that's what we have with these females. So I'm glad that ZADDY is pulling the plug on the paternity fraud, pulled the plug in Florida on the alimony, the forever alimony. And it just seems like, you know, the government is tightening its belt and women are the ones that are going to suffer because, you know, they let you go with a lot of foolishness for a long time, sisterhood.
Listen, look. This is the biz. This is the biz right here. The reason why at the end of the day, they are pulling the plug on this situation. It's because it's no longer financially supportive. It's no longer financially supportive. And let me tell you why. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's no longer financially supportive for these women to run around here, do whatever they want, have babies by whoever they want, mix up the system and things like that. It's because, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact that YouTube and other spaces and things like that have awakened men. Real talk. These spaces have awakened men and made men realize that they were being played like fucking fiddles. At the end of the day, that's the reason why you have the decline in births. We have the decline in marriage. And it's just no longer going to be viable for the system to keep this type of situation going that way. It's not going to work that way any longer. It's not going to be financially fiscal to, you know what I'm saying, to work that way. You know, regardless of what. Regardless of what. It's just not going to be financially able. It's just not The money ain't gonna come in like that. It ain't gonna come in like that. If men are checking out en masse, whether he the top tier man, the middle class man, or the lower class man, you know, I'm just being honest. If men en masse are checking out of giving women the seed of life, because that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm sorry, but you know, a lot of women want to sit around here and think that they, you know, oh, I could birth a child. Oh, you know, she births a child. She think that she has, you know, 100% control. At the end of the day, hundreds of years ago, you know what I'm saying? Well, 100 plus, whatever, you know, hey. A woman that used to want to leave the family, yeah, she could leave the family, but you would leave the children with the man. Back in the day. You know, it's, you know, the you know, the new age laws, you know, came up with something that where, you know, women are able to, you know, keep the children because it's more beneficial. You know, it was more beneficial for women to keep the children and things like that because women spend more within the economy. You know, men just don't spend money like that. I'm just being honest with you. Like, we just don't. You know, we are more strategical with our money spending. And that's just real life. It's no way that you're going to get a man that's responsible and understanding to spend his money frivolously. It's just, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Lot of foolishness for a long time, sisterhood. And now all of a sudden, you're gonna have to find your own way. See, this is what they do. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna wrap it up. See, this is what they do. They change the cultures by changing the environment first.
Right.
This is how this country and this society initiates biocultural events. They don't usually go from biology all the time. Sometimes they start right in the legal, right in the environment, right in the institution, right in the law of the land. Just with a stroke of a pen, boom, changed. Now you're gonna have a whole lot of chicks being a little bit more careful about who they get pregnant by, because they're not gonna be able to just pin that baby on a man to get his resources and know that the court not gonna care. This is why I've been trying to get y'all to understand the correlation between biology, culture, and environment, because we're watching them change one or the other, and it affects the other two immediately. Immediately, the biology is going to be affected because she's not going to feel so safe at this point. It may take a little while for it to sink in. They're going to have to see some consequences, some legal consequences before women get it, right? But the biology is going to change, which is going to affect the culture. They try to take this stuff back. We're not gonna let y'all run amok like we've been allowing you. We've been allowing you to run amok, and you got real comfortable. You can't never get comfortable with Zaddy. He switched up on you. Zaddy.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's been the plan the whole nine, you know. That's been the plan the whole nine. That black women would turn on black men after you remove your covering, And this has been done over the past, definitely in mass. It's been done over the past 40 years. Real talk.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's been done.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
It's been done in mass over the past 40 something plus years. You know, that black women have been fooled by this feminism and things like that, that at the end of the day, you know, it's no way out of it for, you know, for a lot of women. It's no way out of it. It's going to be a recorrection, which is happening now. The laws are being changed. Situations are being turned around. It's no way out of this. And a lot of women are not going to understand that until, you know, shit really hits the fan in their brains en masse. It's no way out of this. No way. You're not going to be able to, you know, be free out here, have sex with who you want, and then just pin a child on anybody. I mean, I'm just being real. No longer are you going to be able to sit around here and get resources off the government. I mean, I'm just saying here, hold on.
You old fish-eyed fool.
Speaking of nagging, persistent pain.
Watch it, sucker.
And what is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
No longer are women going to be able to do this, because at the end of the day, with these laws being passed and changed and stuff like that, you know, yeah, it's going to pose a problem within their plan that they've, you know, that women have been collectively as a whole, especially in the black community, collectively as a whole, been, you know, dealing with and doing, you know, for the past years. It's not going to happen anymore. It's not. And if you think that, you know, this stupidity is going to keep going, you up shit creek without a paddle.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Just saying, we just gonna sit up here and be sure that we out here 304ing it up. Okay, she 304ing it up clearly, allegedly. All right. But damn them kids, they good. They gonna take care of themselves, because like I said, they think as long as the kid is alive, I'm a good mama.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yep. And hey, that's just it. That's just it. You know, there's no way around this. These new age laws are not going to allow women to keep moving the same way that they've been moving. Listen, look, the problem is, it's like I also said in one of my other previous videos, is that women have fucked up. They fucked up. Y'all fucked up. Women have fucked up and played the game too long. The other women that know better did not speak out and dominate the other women and correct them. The game has been played too long. And what I mean by this, the game that y'all been playing for all these decades and things like that, you know, using the system and stuff like that, not even using the system has been providing for you for so long now, till it's come to a point to where now the system also within itself sees the men are backing away from women. They're back. The system sees that. The system sees that men are backing away from women. That's the reason why the birth rates are dropping, because men are seeing y'all women out here deleting babies by the millions. I mean, I'm just being honest. Y'all are deleting babies by the millions. The system sees that men are no longer trying to get into marriages and things like that. The system sees that. What I said in one of my previous videos is that women of today are costing the system money.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
And at the end of the day, that's a huge problem.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
That's a huge problem. At the end of the day, you know, what women don't understand, you know, because now, you know, by now they've had so much free will and things like that. And okay, but the problem that comes in hand is that, you know, these women, you know, are not thinking properly. They are now at a point to where they're losing money for the system. They're losing money. All this diva attitude, things like that. You know, they've been provided with the ability to have this diva attitude. You know. But now though, you're losing the system money. And the system itself is not going to allow anybody, male or female, regardless, the system is not going to allow anybody to, you know, let the system lose money. And that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. The system is not going to allow this. Why? Because the system that we have going on here in America, you know, real talk, it depends on the currency being able to be lucrative enough to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? You know, these judges have to be paid. These lawyers have to be paid. The system itself has to be paid. The economy has to be paid. And what is happening now is that women have gotten so beside themselves. You know, real talk. Hey. That the system is starting to see this in this new age. And It's not going to be tolerated anymore.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
It's just not. It's just not going to be tolerated anymore. The system is not going to tolerate women running around here doing these things. And also understanding that men have awakened to the trickery and the fuckery that's going on out here. Dealing with women. That's the reason why the marriage rates are going low. The birth rates are going low. The system cannot allow marriage nor the birth rates to go low. Why? Hold on. Why? Why can't the system allow marriage rates and birth rates to get too low? Okay. The reason why is because that's what makes society run in this country.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
If we don't have the proper amount of people to replace the elders and keep replacing people, because all the children are being deleted because they come from one night stands and you know fun times, and you know it's just all the women out here having fun, choosing the wrong men to procreate with. And the men that are substantially mentally sane and know how society run, and they're working with society and things like that, but they have to pick and choose from women that are chaotic and don't know how society run. I mean, what's going to happen? The men that have a brain on their heads, that are actually looking out for themselves, first off, real talk, they're going to dismiss these sideways assholes.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So when you live in a society where you have more, fuck it, I'm just going to say it, where you have more women that are trying to be on the prostitute side, or whatever, then you have women that are going to be on the wife side, because throughout these thousands of years, it's always been two types of women that have walked the planet. It's been the women that you take home for wives, and it's been the women that you play with. I mean, I'm just being honest. And that's just the real, though. That's just the real. Nowadays, the latter is overwhelming. It's not a lot of wives being made out here. And yes, you have to make wives. That's the reason why we have family structure, family dynamics, mother and father in the household, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation made wives and husbands for society. Nowadays, we don't have that en masse anymore. Nowadays, we got everybody wanting to do what they want to do, have fun, this and that. Life is just all about fun now. But the powers that be know that they cannot allow life to just be fun. We need structure. We need discipline. And that's the reason why these that's the reason why these laws are now being put back in place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in Florida, you can't take a man for his money anymore. You can't sit there and just, sponge off a man you know, a whole lifetime and think that shit gonna be okay. Yeah, you still out here dating as a woman, getting dicked down by, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Pookie, and Ray Ray, and all that type of shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna marry him. Yeah, you're not gonna marry him because you know he ain't got the stability that your ex-husband got. He don't have that. Yeah, he got the fun that you want because you want the fucking fun. Yeah, he don't have the fun that, you know, your ex-husband don't have the fun that you want, but you still, you know what I'm saying, like his stability. You like your ex-husband's stability. That's the reason why lifetime alimony is being cut off. Another thing, when Memphis coming up to the batter's plate, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and I know I'm this. I know I'm this.
You, Al Bundy, are a pig.
I know.
repeat, a pig.
Ah, shut up! See, I don't give a rat's ass what you think.
And I really fucking don't.
And what the French toast is there to think
I
about?
really fucking don't. Yeah, I know I'm a pig. You can call me misogynist and all this other type of dumbass shit. What the fuck ever. But it's the truth, though. It's the fucking truth. And, you know, shout out to Memphis or Tennessee. It's obvious that the red states are making changes, regardless of whether you women choose to change political sides or whatever. See, what's going to happen is once they start indoctrinating these laws, they're going to start pulling in the resources. And hey, who has the resources in society? Who has the resources in society? The men.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Hey. If men are out here paying alimony like this and that, and woo-to-woo, they're looking at that. The you know, the lawmakers, Congress, all these legislatures, things like that, they're looking at this now. They're looking at like who has the actual money? Who has it? Now, yeah, have women been running the economy for the past 40 years plus? Yeah. Yeah. They have. Women have been running the economy for a minute now. But what's finna happen is, with all this change, they're finna get back to who actually makes the money. Real talk. Who's actually out here hustling every day and making the dollars and cents that actually pay the taxes, that actually make the moves, that actually do what needs to be done out here? Right.
Get to the chopper!
Hey, what is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
You'll thank me in the morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see. Invigorating.
What?
And see, that's the thing, though. Due to the statistics, it's not going to be allowed anymore. It's not going to be respected because, you know, you women have pushed this shit too damn far. Y'all have pushed this shit too damn far. And you think that, you know what I'm saying, society is going to keep having your back like that. But what society runs off of is the damn dollar.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
On the big picture, it gives no fuck because you have children. Society gives no fuck about none of your woo-to-woo, zuzus, and whams. It don't. The government, the money maker, the legislatures, all that, they don't give a fuck about none of that. Y'all have pushed this game too damn far. And at the end of the day, they are going to choose the money over your safety. You've given up your men. As black women especially, you've given up your men. You've told your men that you don't need them. You've told your protection for society that you know, fuck you. I don't love you. I don't have no type of empathy for you. I don't have no type of sympathy for you. You gave away your actual protection amongst society, whether you like it or not. You've given it away. You've pushed it away. Now that Big Zaddy, the government, is going to turn his back upon you, because that's what he's doing, slowly but surely, because everything happens slow. Yeah, they're not going to just rush shit upon you. They didn't. They do everything in increments. Listen, look, this is the biz. The increments. The big picture that kicked it off was Roe v. Wade. They took away the resources for you to delete children. They took that away first. Now, what they're doing, you know what I'm saying, on the other ends, they're taking away lifetime alimony. Pay attention. Next thing they're doing now with Tennessee, they're including the fact that you need to prove that the man that you had sex with is actually the father of your fucking child.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Y'all don't see the game because women are slow to figure shit out. Real talk. But y'all gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out because it's gonna start affecting you. It's gonna start affecting you to a certain point, to a certain degree, to where you have no choice but to pay attention. You have no choice but to. Whether you like this shit or not. It is what it is. And at this point, the dream that has been fed to you women for so long is about to come to an end. Hold on. Right here.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
It's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. And guess what? You know what? At the end of the day, the government, the legislatures, that's the reason why, you know, the vouchers the government vouchers that a lot of women, have and things like that, they're not useful anymore. Pay attention. These women are not able to use these vouchers anymore. They're not able to go here and get housing and things like that anymore. Nobody's accepting this. And it just is what it is. Regardless of whether you like it or not. Because guess what?
Ah, shut up! See, I don't give a rat's ass what you think.
And that's what the system is telling you.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That's what the system is telling you. The system is now at a point to where they don't give a rat's ass what you think. ZADDY is showing you his raw ass right now.
Awesome.
And why is he doing this? Because you gave up your protection. You did not cultivate. Black women did not cultivate their protection to protect them from society. You gave all your protection and your provision over to the idea that the system that daddy has produced and things like that, child support, welfare, woo-de-woo, you know what I'm saying? You gave all your thought process over to that. You gave it over to that instead of trying to build your men up. Instead of trying to understand that your men have been torn down throughout the centuries of living in America. Now, you have nothing to lean on. You claim that you're strong and independent. You're being led down that path of strong and independentness. But now, ZADDY's system is turning upon you. And it's going to keep going. He has no care for you. He has no love. He don't understand you. Well, I take that back. Hold on. He understands you. You know what I'm saying? He does. But he has no care. He has no fucking care. Real talk. Whether you like this or not, he has no care. The system. And when I say he and this and that, woo-de-woo. The system really has no care for you. That's the reason why, it's turning on you. Women, my sisters, wake up. That's the reason why those vouchers and things like that, they're not going to work anymore. The system doesn't really care about the children and stuff like that. It really doesn't. The system doesn't really care. You can no longer use the children as a crutch for your protection.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Nothing. You can no longer use that anymore. Time is up. The system is starting to show you this, and it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's no longer that you're going to be able to use the system. You ladies have been using the system for all these years. It's just it's not going to work that way anymore. It's not. It's not. You know, you can roll your eyes all you want to. Grab your purse, you know, do your thing. I'm just saying. It's not going to work anymore. The system is not only going to, it's starting to turn on y'all, whether you like it or not. You know, I really hate it for you. I really hate it for you because I'm just gonna be honest with you and tell y'all the truth. You know, regardless of whether you're sexually turned on by the men that you need, the men that you need have checked the fuck out. They checked the fuck out. Smart men have checked the fuck out. No, we're not finna come sit. We're not finna come on Kendra G and save you and all 6 of your babies.
What is there to think about?
We're not finna come on there and save you and all 6 of your babies by 12 different men. It's just, you know, it's not finna happen. Why? Why? When I've gained all these resources, I got this money. And I'm not saying that a lot of these men, of course, a lot of these men ain't fucking millionaires, but the money that they do get, when they go to their bank account and they see their bank account steady growing because they put in the work. They put in the motherfucking work out here. They put in the work. They put it in. They save it. They invest it. They doing their thing. Why? Why would I come deal with a chick that got six children by 12 different men? I mean, you know. Why? I mean, you know, it makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why? You know. And it is what it is, though. You know, yeah. And as these laws are being changed, and you know, we want to sit here and act like this and act like that, and, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, it kind of is what it is, you know, even for these simp ass niggas out here, you know, I'm just being honest. Y'all could play the game too, you know, and I'm talking to these simp ass niggas right now. Y'all could play the game too, how you want to play, but you're going to end up losing in the long run as a man, because the women that you sitting around here trying to simp for and things like that, they don't respect you. They don't. They don't. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And you got other women out here telling you that they don't respect you. But you don't want to listen. All you want to do is keep trying to pander and keep trying to, you know, think that you're going to manipulate something. Or you're going to manipulate these women into liking you or whatever it is, you know, or whatever, you know, but it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And that's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. So yeah, it kind of is what it is out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Mad love to y'all. Hey, real talk. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you ring that bell, that you'll be notified whenever I decide to post things, okay? And yeah, like I always say about this time.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That, my friends, is the bottom line.
To the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there, the CIA, one love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house, the FBI.
Infinitely going back. I'm done playing the child support. You got your man. You're happily married. So you're fine. So nothing I'm doing. That's it. That's the only thing I'm doing.
You're lucky my husband's not here.
In the office trying to get some more money for you.
Being a rich man.
So.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Hey. So she got this Pookie. She got this Pookie up in her new husband's house. Her husband's house.
What the French toast is there?
Obviously, because she just, like she just said, you lucky my husband not here. Now, y'all caught that right. Y'all caught that. So she got this nothing ass nigga up in, her husband's house and shit, tramping, walking with his fucking shoes all over my fucking Persian rug and shit.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Look at that. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that. Look at my affair. Not your mother tell don't bring money inside of the house. Don't bring money inside of the house. Don't bring money.
Confirming the woman's name is Tisha Bruley. Family and friends say she was a popular Guyanese socialite and media influencer who lived close by.
People came together Thursday night, placing candles and balloons near Lindbergh and Adina Drives in Buckhead, right near where 31-year-old Tisha Bruley was shot and killed early Tuesday morning.
I honestly never would have thought that something like this would happen to her. This is not what I saw for her.